Yo, YouTube, what's good? What's good? It's your man, the Rich Kid, back at you with another video, another topic. Yo, let's get into it, YouTube. Let's talk about this whole phenomenon now where all these rappers and entertainers is coming to the internet. Uh, Shout out to my man, as always, Hassan Campbell made a good video today about the rappers coming to the internet to make these podcasts and become YouTubers. Specifically, he was talking about Jim Jones. Um, Jim Jones. Shout out to MREC, my other dude. MREC had a live. I didn't catch it, but supposedly Jim Jones is telling other podcasters to watch out, like particularly like Jada and Joe and Cameron and Mace, that he coming with his podcast. And I guess my take on it is this. It's funny how times have changed because, like my man Hassan was talking about, you know, just several years back, the YouTubers and the podcasters were considered corny to these entertainers and rappers and MCers. That was corny. They were corny. They were bums, and I can remember a lot of them. Saying, yo, get a life. Who are you all? Y'all nobodies. This, that, and the third. But it's just funny how now times have changed, man. Now the tables have flipped, and now you got all the entertainers wanting to become YouTubers and podcasters. This is the big thing now. So what happened? Why are the rappers now becoming YouTubers? I thought YouTubers were corny. I thought YouTubers were lame. I thought YouTubers were nobodies, this, that, and the third, whatever. But, like my man Hassan Campbell, pointed out in this video, he was like, yo, there's no more money in the rap game, which is really the bottom line to it. They not getting paid no more like they were back in the day. I mean, well, not back in the day, but, maybe a decade and a half ago. The rap game is drying up, man. I mean, it's become garbage, number one, it's been garbage for a long time now. The real rap is starting to slowly come back, the real hip hop, but in the past 5 to 10 years, it's absolutely been nothing but straight trash. You know what I mean? And then the only the main top sellout cats, that's pretty much sold they soul, are the only ones that are really, getting the money. Like I said, the real street dudes, the underground rap, they not getting money like that. They get a little bit of money. They basically make their money off of tours. You know what I mean? That's why they tour so much. But So as far as that goes, it's just funny to me, just to see how things have flipped. So, what I mean, with the rappers now becoming the YouTubers, And look, man, I don't really care, to be honest with you. I just wonder why all of a sudden, they, after they talk so bad about YouTubers, why are they, everybody want to become a YouTuber now? Well, I mean, I guess it's just because of the money now. They have no other avenues or lanes to work in, and that's just really the hot thing now. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be a podcaster or whatever, So that's where everybody's going to, including the rappers. You know what I mean? Pop was saying, Hassan was saying, like, yo, he said, y'all rappers, yo. He's like, we really didn't want to hear y'all, sitting behind mics and, video equipment and talking. We want to hear y'all rap, But, hey, man, that's just a sign of the times, yo. they doing what they have to do to survive now, and pretty much is what it is, But yeah, man, I don't particularly care, honestly, but it would be kind of nice to see them, kind of maybe explain themselves, like, yo, why we are here, why are we doing this now? Because, we once talked down on the YouTubers, and now we're here. And it'd be nice to hear, them explain themselves, like, why are a lot of the, entertainers and the rappers, coming to this lane now, you know what I mean? And it's becoming oversaturated. It is. Very much so. Very much so. And it's taking, I think eventually it's going to become too oversaturated where you're going to find a lot of people just, falling off, man, because, they're not going to be able to keep up with the so-called big names, the big wigs, are going to, absorb all of the attention, which is kind of corny because, the dudes that have been down from day one really deserve to, stay in the game, but they'll probably be knocked out sooner or later, you know what I mean? Which sucks, but hey, man, that's life, you know what I mean? As far as me, hey, I ain't come in YouTube to become rich. I really never expected that. If I ever get monetization on this joint, cool, but YouTube is not my end all be all at all, man. I just came on here because I just wanted to kind of challenge myself and see if I could actually do this thing, come out my comfort zone and, because I know I had a voice also. And, I just wanted to talk to the people, man, and just, kind of look back on these videos, one day, as I get older, man, 10, 20, 30 years from now, whatever, and just see the work that I put in and some of the topics that I talked about and, some of the people that it may have reached, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, what do you all think about this YouTube, about this new trend now, this new phenomenon? The rappers and the entertainers now are all starting to come to YouTube to be YouTubers and podcasters. How do y'all feel about that? Let me know. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. Y'all think it's cool? You think it's corny? Think it's okay? You don't really have an opinion about it? Let me know. But as always, not gonna make this video too long, YouTube. It's your man, D Rich Kid. Like, share, and subscribe if you like my content. On the road to 100 subscribers, got like 82, 83 subscribers. I appreciate you all that have, subscribed to my channel. Again, like I'm saying, I'm trying to get that 100 subscriber mark before the end of the year. That would be a big milestone for me, just being an average dude out here, everyday dude, just trying to represent and talk to the people. All right, YouTube, I'm out. Peace.